Thanks for staying with us. This morning we'll be focusing on the happenings around one of the fastest rising and popular sectors in Lagos, the pillar that makes the word Detty December flourish. Joining us in the studio is the woman herself, Barrister Toke Benson-Awoyinka, the Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ladies.
When Lagos is bubbling, we know you are bubbling. We feel the energy from you. How you doing? It's been a while.
I'm very well, thank you. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your new studio.
Thank you. You're welcome. We'll take you on the tour afterwards so you can see.
Please. Just taking after the tourism department in Lagos.
Yeah, so exactly. This is going to be a tourist destination.
Exactly.
Nigerians to come when they come.
Exactly.
That's the biggest studio in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa.
Oh, wow.
It's something that Lagos should be proud of.
We are proud of you.
Good,
we are proud of you.
So we know that there's a lot happening. We heard about the carnival coming up this weekend, the Fancy Carnival. And we'd like you to just give us a bit of a history, because I'm from Lagos. I know I used to attend as a child, but I haven't been, and I feel really embarrassed that I've not been to. But what was the essence of the Fancy Carnival in Lagos?
Well, this started many, many years ago. In the 19th century, a group of returnees came from the Americas, South America, Brazil, and they settled in a place called the Brazilian Quarters in Lagos Island. There are about 7 communities, Campos, Okikbuku, and some other areas. They came back with religion. That's the Aguda, that's the Catholic religion. They came back with music, salsa, which is now mixed with our Yoruba bata, the Yoruba talking drums. They came back with a lot of pomp and pageantry. So every Easter, Christmas, they celebrate something called Fanti. Fanti is a Portuguese word for masquerade. And they came with so much costumes. So every year it's been done in silos. But this year we decided that we're going to have a unity carnival. Nice. Where we're going to bring all the families and all the divisions together so they can celebrate. So they have this procession through the streets of Lagos Island. And it's beautiful. There's a lot of music, street food. It's just a carnival, and it's a make happy day for everybody on Easter Sunday.
So why are we not making noise about it? Because
we really are making noise about it. Yes.
And I can remember that there's like a place like St. Lucia, for instance.
Yes.
They have seasons where they have their festival. So if you're planning a trip to that island, you know that, okay, I should go at so and so time so that I can meet up with this carnival.
Speaking about
why aren't
something
people coming into Lagos
calendarization?
Yes. Thank you,
the ministry is working on the calendarization of our tourism master plan. People speak so glowingly about Detty December. We don't want to speak about Detty December. We want to speak about tourism all year through in Lagos. And so now we're bringing back the Fanti Festival. Hopefully your festival too would come up this year. Before we then go into Detty December, we have something in October, the E1 series. We're having like the Formula 1, which is fast boat racing on our Lagos Lagoon. We'll infuse it with some of our culture as well. So by the time we get into Arts Week, Fashion Week, the entire quarter from September all the way to December, we thought we needed to have a stopgap and make sure that we fill in the remaining months of the year with something to do. Fortunately, the Fancy Carnival is coming back big this time. We're proud as a ministry and as a government. We're supporting the Brazilian Descendants Association. Because it's mainly a Brazilian heritage festival.
So is there a particular costume we're expected to wear on that day? What time will it start? What time will it end?
You can decide to join the procession. You can go online and look at any kind of costume that fits into carnivals. But just be comfortable, jeans and T-shirts, face cap. You can join the procession. It's going to be a beautiful day on Lagos Island.
How I know Fancy is that there's a queen. And there's, the procession from each member of family. But how is the selection done, Because for a year now, you know where you belong. If you do not belong, you stay out.
There are families, there are communities. So there's Okekbuku, there's Campos, there's Lafiaji. So all of them come, there's Ologo. So all of them come together. And they have colors. Some, their colors yellow and green, some red and black. We had,
really colorful.
So you can pick the color of the Okekbuku, for instance, which are the grillos.
And
blending.
Exactly.
Is they allow, or is there restriction?
No, there's no restriction. There's no restriction. So we're expecting about 3,000 more members in the procession. a lot of music, a lot of costuming, a lot of dance, and
So it's Queen
we do
this
it the bit. Well, we won't tell that now. We won't tell that
We'll
now.
find out.
So aside, you see, one of the beauty of these things is the history, and
Exactly.
I think maybe also what's the tourism Ministry of Tourism doing to enlighten Lagosians generally of the history of where they reside, because we just come and we just don't realize that there's actually history.
Yes,
So
there
aside
is.
from the event, what else is the ministry doing to educate and just get that information out tonight to Lagosians, especially to appreciate the history of where they live?
We won't want to talk about the story of Lagos as no man's land. Fanti is one of the ways that we can tell history and heritage in Lagos. The Eyo Festival is also how we can tell history and heritage. There's Egungun, there's Igunoko, there's Oro Festival. Although a lot of people complain about the Oro Festival, but you know, we cannot but do it. We have Isheshes, which is significant in all the divisions of Lagos, where there's Olokun. There is so much going on. In the Badagry division, there is a lot of history and heritage. And so when we're speaking about Fanti, for instance, we start to tell you that, oh, some people were taken as slaves from the shores of Africa and mainly Yoruba land who came back. And this is a way to actually do like a remembrance for them and to celebrate that heritage and let people know that Lagos is not all about commerce, buying and selling, but there's also a lot of history and a lot of heritage. So we're doing something called heritage plaquing, where a lot of buildings have given way to urbanization and regeneration. And so we decided that we're going to plaque areas. So for instance, you get to possibly number 36 Bangboshe Road, and maybe Herbert Macaulay was born there. There's going to be a plaque there that will tell you that in year so and so, this gentleman was born here. So we tell heritage through a different form of way. Someone asked the question about AI and what are we doing about
How you using AI?
how we use AI. And just from your phone and scanning the barcode on that plaque, you can read what that history or what that heritage is.
amazing.
Yeah, so you really don't even have to have a tour guide. You're walking on the streets of Onikon, you see a plaque there, you scan it with your phone, and the barcode tells you, takes you directly.
Be careful the phone you are using to scan.
Okay.
No, Lagos is relatively safe right now. And kudos to Mr. Governor. Last year, December, a lot of people talk about Detty December, but they do not know the background work that the Lagos State government did.
For it.
We had a security committee and transport committee who managed traffic and made sure that our kids could stay out till
Late.
2, 3 a.m. We had no incidents. We'll continue to push that through. We'll make sure it's not just a December affair. It's a yearly affair. So we are doing a tourism calendar in Lagos, which will be made public to everybody.
Okay, so are there talks and collaborations with like hotels, airlines for Nigerians in diaspora, foreigners, and now want to start coming into Nigeria for these different festivals?
So the influx is amazing. I hear people asking me, I hope you guys are ready. Yes, we would be talking to those hotels. We would be talking about safety, security, because there's a lot of habitation in Airbnbs, and those are not in the radar of anybody. So we're putting measures in place so that we make sure that people are safe. So safety first, you know, in everything that we do. We don't want them to go back and give negative comments about their stay in Nigeria. So we are. The private sector mainly drives tourism. Government just puts an enabling environment
Thank
in
you for
place.
going there, because that's where I was going to go. Like, what are the areas you need private sector to come in? Because when we travel to different countries, there are tour buses, tour companies. There are various areas where it is well packaged, so that as you're coming in from the airport, you can choose the various packages you want.
Exactly.
So what are you looking for in partnership with private companies where they can come in to assist you?
So, Morayo, you're letting me let the cat out of the bag. The ministry is actually planning a branding for Lagos called Imagine Lagos. And imagine as in when you think about it, okay, what is there to imagine about Lagos? So we say you live it, you feel it, and you experience it. And
I like it already.
So, exactly. So we have a welcome center at the airport. We're already speaking to FAN, we're speaking to Interior. We want from your device for you to be able to book that accommodation, do your visa on arrival, and just know all the packages that you can actually enjoy. Private sector does the touring. There's an organization called NITO. And you know, there's also the the Travel Agency Association, NANTA. So we do not want to get into that. We want to leave that in the hands of the private sector.
Yeah,
so
better.
if we have that welcome center at the airport, when you come in, you know, you can pick up the leaflets to any location or anything that you're interested in. Be it at Badagry Heritage Sites, be it at beaches. Lagos is just so much. There's so much to do in Lagos.
Just because, you know, I think it's 6 divisions.
5
5 divisions within Lagos. What are the peculiar festivals? Because now we are seeing more with Eyo and now Fancy for Island, and then we have the Badagry. What are the other divisions?
So I mentioned earlier on that we have the Oro Festival.
For which division?
Ikorodu division. And not that it doesn't happen in the other divisions too, but I think the Ikorodu people are more into it. And people complain, oh, they shut down. For a young girl, when I can go out, I cannot watch the Oro Festival. When I was a young girl, I would go to Ikorodu with my dad, but I'll be indoors when the men all go out there to do what they're doing. In the Ekpe division, there's a festival called Kayo Kayo as well, that they do celebrate yearly. In Badagry, they have various, in fact, Badagry is rich in heritage and culture. Lagos Island, of course, is this. Ikeja is cosmopolitan, and it's just a conglomeration of everybody.
Yeah, you know, we are quite religious in this part of Nigeria, and I'm wondering, at these festivals we're talking about, do we have more foreigners willing to participate than the indigenes and locals in Lagos?
Well, the issue of religion, funny enough, falls on the background. I'm a Christian, but I would not frown at the Eyo festival.
Okay.
Rather than
participate though?
Exactly. I would watch.
Okay.
So watching is not participate. Well, if you call watching participation as well, I would watch the Eyo festival because Eyo actually is a remembrance done in honor of a very important son or daughter of Lagos that passed away. So that's what we use it to honor. Very important.
It's also a ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
So the ritualistic part of it is what is done by those families, the Adimo Orisha and whatever. That is not
for public consumption.
That is not for public, and so I don't participate, and I would not participate. But it would not stop me from enjoying the beautiful atmosphere, seeing all those boys in white with their caps and everything, representing different families. It's a sight to behold.
Let me give you a expo.
Yes.
The October celebrations is for the Ikeja district. Abi?
Yes, it is.
Ikeja division, because we go and it's a week-long concerts and all of that. And so people should look forward to that one.
So that's a celebration.
So we do support the ministry, the Lagos State government supports celebration every year.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of support for festivals.
So it should be in the calendar.
It's all going into our calendar. Yeah. So we're just making sure that we get the dates right, and we've asked the private sector to send in all of their activities so that we can put it in. Because we do very minimal. Yeah. What we do is support, collaboration, so that we can make sure that these things happen ever so often and give it that international exposure as well. We provide security, we provide funding for a lot of these events. So that's why I'm saying kudos to Mr. Governor. He's actually doing a lot in that sector.
Let's talk about Detty December for a second, because a lot of people spoke about it all throughout last year and all that. But as we're approaching October, November, December, people are listening to you right now and they're hearing that there's so many activities, but they don't even know how to, plan themselves. So could you give us a snippet of the kind of things you're planning towards that December for Nigerians who are in diaspora, who are watching right now?
Well, one of the warnings that I want to put out here, if I'm allowed to, is we should tell our story, and we should tell our story the right way. If we don't tell our story the right way, then people will not tell our story the way it ought to be. Or people will tell our story in a way that we do not like. Some incidents happened last year, December, where members of the diaspora came, did some spendings, and when they got back, they actually denied those spendings, and it affected our MSMEs, because they're small businesses who get into the business of tourism. Tourism is not about the big conglomerates. Tourism is about the bolisela, the man who has his canteen. When tourists come, for instance, when we have the fancy, there's a lot of local indigenous people who own businesses. So imagine a tourist comes from the diaspora and uses his card, and then goes abroad and disputes that sale. And then there's a reversal of that charge. That business is going to go down. So I'm pleading to our diaspora that if you do not have that funding, please do not use that card. And we are also putting measures in place to make sure that once you land at the airport, you have that option of buying into a Nigerian card. We're partnering with the financial institution. So whatever you want to spend, you can have it on your Nigerian card. Those are some of the things that we're going to do.
Nice.
But when that calendar comes up, that calendar is going to have a list of all the events that would happen from, if it comes up, for instance, in June, all the events that would happen from June, July, August, September. So I'm using this opportunity also to tell the private sector and the general public, if you have any events that you think would be of significance and you want members of the public to know about it, send it to us at the Ministry of Tourism so that we can put it in our tourism calendar. Yes.
Celebration is already there. Now it's
Celebration is also celebration is in the calendar already. Celebration is on the calendar already. So
fantastic. We're wishing you all the best. We're looking forward to it. So first of all, because we have 1 more minute, this weekend, tell us again about Fanti, where to register, where to show up, where to come, just so that I just...
So Fanti is taking place on the streets of Lagos Island, but we've asked people to come from Onikon all the way to the TBS. We're going to be sitting at the arcade so that we can also watch the procession, because it's a local event and people stay in their family homes to watch. So we've created a sitting arena at the arcade where you can sit down and watch the procession, have some beautiful Lagos island street food, your akon, ede, yes, a lot of. We want to show you. We want to show you
around that area.
Yes, it's going to be start at 12 o'clock. It's on Easter Sunday from 12 noon. We'll be there, yes, and we'll expect to see Lagosians come out. So we asked that people register so that we could prepare for the crowd, not for any other reason. So even if you're not registered, we'll expect to see you.
Can you send out the special invite?
Oh, I sure will.
So we can come.
Well, this is also a special invite to you guys.
They'll be serving Burundi, all of those.
All of those.
I will send you that one easy. That one, don't worry. Thank you very much.
Thank you
It's a pleasure having you. We enjoy your energy. We see you, we see Lagos.
Thank you.
You know?
Embody.
Yes, carry it so well.
Thank you so much.
That's all we can take on today's show. We learned a few things as we have. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Lovely.